Imagine stepping into your brand new home only to discover hidden defects that could cost you thousands and turn your dream home into a nightmare. In today's video, we're uncovering the first 6 of 12 new home construction defects that you must absolutely address before closing the deal. These crucial steps could save you tons of money and protect your investment and ensure your new home is everything you've ever wanted. Stay tuned because you don't want to miss this. Hello, Las Vegas, and all those who want to move here. I'm Eric Hudson, your trusted real estate expert here in Las Vegas. If you're planning to buy a new construction home, this video is a must watch. We're going to cover the most common defects you need to watch out for, and I'll give you insider tips on how to get your builder to fix those issues at no cost to you. If you need any help in purchasing your new dream home, call, text, or email, or better yet, get on that calendar link and we'll make sure you have a smooth process. So let's go ahead and jump on in. The first defect you're going to run across is improper grading and drainage. Improper grading and drainage is one of the most crucial issues that can affect a new construction home. When you're buying a home in a newly developed area, it's easy to overlook the importance of proper land grading and the drainage systems. After all, the neighborhood used to be just a dirt field before all that infrastructure work began. However, this transformation process can sometimes lead to significant issues if not handled correctly. So let's talk about what is grading and why is it important. Grading refers to the process of leveling out the land and shaping it to ensure proper water drainage away from the home's foundation. This involves creating a slope that directs water to run away from your home and prevent water from pooling around the foundation, which I'm sure you can understand can lead to some serious problems like foundation cracks and even structural damage. So let's look at the signs of improper grading, especially, here it doesn't rain too much, but your inspector is going to look for this, but you may not see it. Water pooling. After heavy rain, check in areas where water tends to pool around your home. This could be a good chance. If it rains real hard, you're having a home built, go on around there and take a look. This is your home that's being built. Where is the water going? This is a clear sign that the grading is not directing water away from the foundation properly. Next thing you want to look for is erosion. Look out for signs of soil erosion around the property. This can indicate that water is flowing in an unintended direction, washing away the soil and potentially weakening the foundation of your new home. Next thing you're going to look for, cracks in the foundation. Over time, improper drainage can cause the soil around your foundation to expand and contract, leading to cracks in the foundation walls or floors. So what are the steps to ensure proper grading and drainage? 1. Inspect the slope. The ground should slope away from your home's foundation at a rate of at least 6 feet over 10 inches, and this ensures that the water flows away from the house. Next, what about a professional assessment? Consider hiring a professional, like an inspector, to assess the grade around your home. They can provide recommendations and implement solutions to ensure proper drainage. When addressing grading and drainage issues with your builder, it's important to document everything. Take photos of the water pooling, soil erosion, or any other signs of improper grading. Present these to your builder and request a meeting to discuss the issue. Here's a step-by-step approach. 1. Document the issues. Take detailed photos, notes of any problems you notice. This documentation will be crucial in discussing your issues with the builder. 2. Go ahead and schedule that meeting. Set up a meeting with the builder to discuss your concerns and bring all your documentation, of course, and be prepared to explain the problems in detail. 3. Request the inspection. Ask the builder to inspect the grading and drainage around your home. They may bring in a specialist to assess the situation and propose solution. Discuss possible solutions with your builder. This might include regrading the land, extending any kind of downspouts, or installing additional drainage systems. Most importantly, get it in writing. Once the solution has been agreed upon, make sure everything is in writing. This includes the scope of the work, the timeline for completion, and guarantees and warranties. So how do we prevent future issues? Regular maintenance. Keep an eye on the grading around your home and make sure that it hasn't shifted over time. Regular maintenance of gutters and downspouts is essential. Landscaping, be mindful of how landscaping can affect your grading. Avoid planting large trees or shrubs too close to the foundations, as the roots can disrupt the soil and possibly get into your foundation. Monitor during heavy rains. We only have a few good heavy rains a year here. Pay attention to how the water flows around your property during heavy rains. If you notice there are any issues, address them properly to prevent long-term damage. By addressing improper grading or drainage early on, you can prevent a host of problems down the line. Proper grading is essential for maintaining the structural integrity of your home and ensuring a safe, dry living environment. Make sure you work closely with your builder to ensure these issues are properly addressed before you close on your home. The next one we want to address is shrinkage or cracks in concrete. Shrinkage cracks in concrete are common issues in new construction homes, especially in areas like Las Vegas and its dry climate. These cracks occur due to the natural drying and curing process of the concrete. While some cracks are minor, others can indicate more serious problems that require immediate attention. So let's kind of try to understand these shrinkage cracks. Shrinkage cracks develop as the concrete dries and loses moisture. During the curing process, the concrete shrinks, and the drying happens too quickly or unevenly, and cracks can form. The soil conditions here in Las Vegas, combined with the dry climate, can make this issue even worse. Let's talk about the types of shrinkage cracks. So first of all, we have the hairline crack. These are thin little cracks that are about less than 1/4 of an inch wide. They're typically superficial and do not indicate any kind of structural issues. Then you've got structural cracks. These are those wider cracks that are more than 1/8 of an inch, and they can indicate some underlying structural problems. These cracks may widen over time and compromise the integrity of your foundation. So what are the causes of these cracks? Well, we've already talked about it. Rapid drying. In hot, dry climates like Las Vegas, concrete can dry too quickly, leading to shrinkage cracks. Improper mixing. Incorrect water to cement ratios during mixing can cause the concrete to be too weak and prone to cracking. The next one, poor curing practices. Proper curing involves maintaining adequate moisture and temperature controls for the concrete to make sure that it hardens correctly. If you neglect this, it can lead to cracks. What about soil movement? Well, expansive soils, which we have in some parts of town here, can expand and contract with the moisture changes, putting pressure on the concrete and causing cracks. So what are the signs of problematic cracks? The width. Cracks wider than about 1/8 of an inch could indicate a problem. The length and the pattern. Long, continuous cracks or multiple intersecting cracks can be a sign of structural issues. Vertical displacement. If one side of the crack is higher than the other, it indicates movement and potential foundation problems. What are the steps to address the shrinkage cracks? 1. The initial inspection. Examine all visible cracks in the concrete. Take note of the width, length. This is something that your inspector should do for you. Consult a professional if you're unsure about the severity of the cracks. Hire a structural engineer to assess them. They can determine if the cracks are merely cosmetic or if they indicate like a larger problem. Repair the minor cracks. For hairline cracks, consider using a concrete filler or a sealant to prevent moisture from seeping in and causing further damage. Address structural cracks. For larger structural cracks, more extensive repairs may be needed. This could involve epoxy ejections to fill the cracks or even reinforcing the foundation with additional support. Next, we've talked about drainage before. Improve your drainage. Ensure proper grading and drainage around your home to reduce soil movement that can cause these cracks. Maintain a consistent moisture level, which can be hard. Keep the soil around your home at a constant moisture level can prevent expansion and contraction that leads to cracking. I told you that could be hard. Next, how do you deal with the builder? When you discover these shrinkage cracks in your new home, it's critical to address them with your builder promptly. Here's how you can settle the situation. 1. Document the cracks. Take detailed photos, measurements. This documentation is essential when discussing the issues with the builder. request an inspection. I keep saying it, inspection, inspection, inspection. Ask your builder to inspect the cracks. They should send a representative to assess the severity and propose a solution. Next, you may have to assist on a structural engineer. If the builder downplays these issues, insist on having a structural engineer evaluate the cracks. Their professional assessment can provide an unbiased opinion. Get written agreements. Make sure everything in real estate is written. Ensure any repairs that are supposed to be done are properly documented and in writing. This includes the scope of work, the timelines, and any warranties or guarantees they're going to give you. And next, follow up, follow up, follow up. Keep in touch with the builder to ensure that the agreed upon repairs are completed to your satisfaction. Don't hesitate to bring up any new cracks or issues as they come up, because guess what? You paid for that home and you need to have a perfectly delivered home. So what about future cracks? Well, you can't entirely prevent these, especially over time. We do have expansive soil here in Nevada. The number one thing you can do to prevent cracks is to monitor your soil conditions, maintain a stable moisture level around the soil in your home. You can do this by using soaker hoses or drip irrigation, especially if you didn't have irrigation put into your home. This can prevent the soil from expanding and contracting excessively. By understanding the causes and solutions to these shrinkage cracks in the concrete, you can take proactive steps to ensure your newly constructed home remains structurally sound and aesthetically pleasing. Addressing these issues early can save a whole bunch of time and more significant problems down the line. Next, flooring issues. Flooring issues are a common problem in new construction homes and can be particularly frustrating to a homeowner. Whether you've chosen luxury vinyl planks, tile, carpet, proper installation, or subpar materials can lead to a host of problems. Let's dive into the details of these flooring issues, their causes, and how to address them. So what are the common flooring issues you may have? Separation and gaps. Over time, you may notice gaps forming between the floorboards and the tiles. This can be due to improper installation, changes in humidity, or settling in the house. Got that creaking and squeaking? You know what I'm talking about? Floors can creak and squeak, are often a sign of a subfloor that wasn't properly secured. This can be annoying and may be an indicator of even deeper structural issues. Buckling and warping. Moisture is the primary culprit behind buckling and warping. This can happen if the floor wasn't acclimated properly before installation and there is a moisture problem in the home, or they let it get out too dry or something like that. Next one is uneven surfaces. An uneven floor can be due to poor installation or issues with the subfloor. This can make walking uncomfortable and can cause some tripping hazards, believe it or not. Discoloration. This can happen with certain types of floors such as wood or LVP if they're exposed to sunlight without proper UV protection, or if there's a moisture problem. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of sunlight in Las Vegas. Cause of flooring issues. Proper installation. One of the most common problems you're going to run across is that it was put in wrong. This can include not allowing the floor material to acclimate to the home's environment, using incorrect adhesive, or not securing the subfloor properly. Humidity and temperature changes. Flooring materials expand and contract with humidity and temperature, and we have a lot of temperature here, and we occasionally have a lot of humidity, especially during certain parts of the year. In a place like Las Vegas, the climate is dry. These fluctuations can be significant and cause flooring to separate or warp. Next are moisture problems. Moisture can seep into the flooring from the ground up, especially if the concrete slab was not properly sealed. This can lead to buckling, warping, discoloration. Next, subpar materials. Using low quality flooring materials can lead to a host of problems, from cracking and chipping to rapid wear and tear. High traffic areas or areas prone to heavy impacts can see more wear and tear, leading to premature flooring issues. So when you're addressing these, get a good inspection. Conduct a thorough inspection of your floors before closing on this new home. Look for any visible gaps, warping, uneven. Even if you're not using an inspector, Spend that time during your initial walkthrough when you're putting up the blue tape and stuff. Look for these things. Better yet, hire a professional inspector. Consider hiring a professional flooring inspector. I really wouldn't go that far. I'd probably just do a regular home inspector. They'll be able to identify most of the stuff that's going wrong. Document the issues. I don't know if I have to say this again. Document it. Contact the builder. Request repairs be done by a professional in a professional manner. Don't let them just slap some stuff out there for you. You're spending a lot of money on this, and sometimes this may end up being a different subcontractor than the original installation that was subpar. Monitor and maintain those repairs. After the repairs, keep an eye out on those floors. Regular maintenance such as cleaning and properly addressing any spills can help prevent further issues. Next defect is incomplete construction. Believe it or not, incomplete construction is a surprisingly common issue in new construction homes. With the fast pace of building a home these days and multiple crews working on different parts of the home, it's easy for certain tasks to be overlooked or left unfinished. This can range from minor cosmetic details to significant structural components. Let's dive into each of these incomplete issues and their causes and how you can address them. Some of the common types of this could be unfinished electrical work. This can include missing outlets, improper wiring, or incomplete installation of electrical panels. Unfinished plumbing. Incomplete plumbing work might mean missing connections, unhooked fixtures, or incomplete drainage systems. Unfinished drywall installation. Sometimes sections of drywall or insulation may be missing, leading to gaps that can affect the energy and how much you pay, along with the soundproofing. Missing fixtures and fittings. This includes missing light fixtures, faucet, door handles, other hardware that should have been installed before the house was finished and before you did your walkthrough. Unfinished carpentry. This involves missing trim, baseboards, or cabinetry that hasn't been fully installed. Next, incomplete exterior work. Incomplete siding, roofing, or exterior painting are also common, especially in larger developments where multiple homes are being built simultaneously. So some of the causes of these, you got tight deadlines. They're working to try to meet all of these schedules and the closing dates in a rush to finish. Sometimes tasks can be overlooked, left incomplete. There is no excuse for this. They're charging a lot of money. Miscommunications between different crews working on the homes can lead to this. For example, the plumbing team might not know when the electrical is being finished, which leads to delays, and that leads to human error or just simple oversight. And this can result in missed tasks. This is particularly true in large developments, again, where multiple homes are being built at once. Next, supply chain issues. Delays in receiving your necessary materials. Remember when we had shortages of all kinds of materials? Well, there still could be a shortage that could pop up. Builders might close on a home before they've even installed everything. So to identify it, of course, you're going to do yourself a proper walkthrough. Take that blue tape, be generous with it, put it everywhere. Use a professional inspector. I cannot overemphasize this enough. Proper inspection is going to save you a lot of money down the line. Inspect all the surfaces. Look for unfinished surfaces such as unpainted walls, missing trims, and incomplete flooring. And your steps, they're going to be the same as all the others. Document, take pictures, go set up a meeting, get your written agreements, make sure they stick to them. This is your home and you want to have a perfect home, right? You did pay for a perfect home, or else you would have went out there and purchased a home off the market. Defect 5, overlooked painting. Overlooked painting is common yet frustrating in a new construction home. This issue often arises from fast-paced nature of home building, where different crews are working simultaneously or sequentially, leading to certain areas being missed because this crew is working over here, the painter's doing this, and then they forget to go back. So the overlooked painting can range from stuff from minor cosmetic oversights to significant areas that affect the aesthetics of the new home. Let's delve deeper into some of the details of overlooked painting, because you really want to address this. So some of the common types of overlooked painting: unpainted areas This includes sections behind appliances, inside closets, behind doors and garages. These areas are often out of sight and therefore out of mind, and the easiest to skip if you're running a little late. Inconsistent paint coverage. This can occur where there is visible brush or roller marks, unprofessional, thin spots or variations in colors and textures across walls and ceilings. What about that mist trim? Oh my goodness. Baseboards, crown molding, windows, and door frames might be left unpainted or inadequately finished, and that is a tragedy because it looks bad. Next, touch-up oversights. During the final stages of construction, little minor scuffs are going to happen, scratches, nail holes, and these may be overlooked or improperly touched up. Incorrect paint application. Using the wrong type of paint. For example, flat paint or in high traffic areas or bathrooms where semi-gloss would be more appropriate can lead to durability and maintenance issues. So, of course, some of the causes, they're the same. You're going to start to see this kind of really rolls on here. Tight schedules by the builders, the multiple crews because they're using subcontractors, just plain human error, simple oversight, lack of attention to detail can cause areas to be missed. And here's one, inadequate supervision. Lack of proper supervision or quality control can lead to subpar finishing work. Thorough inspections kind of prevent a lot of this. Conduct a thorough inspection of your home's exterior and interior with a flashlight to kind of look for those missed spots or that thin paint coverage. Look at those hidden areas. Look behind the appliances, inside the closets, behind the doors. Look at the less visible areas to see what kind of attention to detail they had. Examine the trim and molding. Pay careful attention. Walk real slow and look down that trim and see what kind of detail they did, if they got it all right. Check for consistency. Ensure that the paint colors and textures are consistent across all surfaces. Look for any signs of missing touch-up paint or thin spots where they didn't put enough paint. And in those high traffic areas, you should have the most durable paint finishes that can withstand the wear and tear. Ensure that you have the appropriate type of paint that has been used in these areas. And again, the inspector will be able to tell you this stuff. Next, dirty HVAC, aka heating and air conditioning systems. It's a common and it's significant issue for new construction homes. The HVAC system is essential for maintaining indoor quality and comfort, and especially in a desert where you need the AC. And during the construction process, they can become contaminated with dust and debris and other construction related particles. This contamination can lead to inefficiencies, breaking downs, or even health problems if not properly addressed. Let's dive into the details of a dirty HVAC system, their causes, and how to effectively address them. So when you understand the issue, during construction of a new home, the system is typically installed early in the process, often right after the framing stage, but before the drywall goes up. This means that the system is exposed to a lot of construction activity, including sawing, sanding, painting, and other tasks to generate dust and debris. If these contaminants enter the system, they can clog the filters, ducts, components, reducing the system's efficiency and potentially leading to even more serious problems. So what are the signs of that dirty AC? Reduced airflow. If you know that the airflow from your vents is weaker than expected, it could be due to clogged filters or ducts. One of the things I noticed some builders do, especially the better builders, once the HVAC is installed, they actually cover all of the vents so that stuff doesn't get in there. During your walkthrough, or sometimes you come just look at your house, see if those are covered up. Some of these things you're not going to find out until afterwards if you haven't looked for this stuff. You're going to have increased dust. A dirty HVAC system can blow dust throughout your home, leading to increased buildup on the surfaces, which is just really annoying. Higher energy bills. We don't want to be paying those. Contaminated system has to work harder to heat or cool your home, leading to a higher energy bill. Electricity's too dang high already. I don't want any more. Unpleasant odors. The dust and debris in the system, if it wasn't properly cleaned or covered up, can lead to unpleasant odors when the HVAC is running. Frequent breakdowns. If your system is dirty like that, it's going to break down frequently. And at some point, the warranty is going to expire, and then that becomes on you. So it's going to be due to all that strain that the system has because of the HVAC system. We've already talked about it. It gets in there because of all the dust from all the stuff they're doing. They didn't properly seal it. Oh, the ductwork and vents should be sealed off during construction like I talked about to prevent contamination. If this step is overlooked, the system can become dirty quickly. Improper use of the system. Sometimes the HVAC system is used to condition the air during construction, spreading dust and debris throughout the house. Because, maybe the workers want to be a little comfortable, but them being a little comfortable leads to a system failure that you're going to have to deal with later. Inadequate cleaning post-construction. After construction is complete, the HVAC system should be thoroughly cleaned. If this step is skipped, the system remains contaminated. And of course, the steps to address if you have a dirty system, make sure you hire an HVAC technician or an inspector. They can at least tell you if it's bad or not, or really contaminated. Do a duct cleaning. People charge, maybe a couple of $100 to get your ducts clean. As soon as you get in there, unless they put in new air filters, put the new ones in yourself. Clean the coils and components. You should be doing that every year anyway. Seal your ducts. Ensure that the ductwork is properly sealed to prevent future contamination. This involves using a mastic sealant or metal tape to seal joints and connections, and implement a great maintenance schedule. And here's one that your warranty company's not going to tell you. You ready for this? If you don't do annual maintenance and have it documented, if your system breaks down, they're not going to cover it. They don't tell you that up front for some odd reason. And you have to think about it after you've moved into the house. Here's some quick tips for you. 1, use high quality air filters. Invest in high quality filters that can capture all of those little small particles and improve your overall air quality. Keep your vents and registers clean. Regular cleaning of the vents will prevent buildup of dust. Control the humidity in your home. Maintain proper levels and prevent the growth of mold and mildew in the HVAC system, because you don't want that blowing down on you and your family. Be proactive. If you see any signs of a dirty system, address them properly to prevent further contamination and damage. By understanding common causes, you end up with a clean system, higher quality air, and lower bills.